what we're about to look at is a Nissan Z. We've talked at length. What we're looking at is this is obviously a new Nissan Z with obviously a Borla license plate.
Which looks great from behind, by the way. I gotta be honest. The rear end of this car looks...
I mean, they nailed
chef's
it.
Kiss. Very good design.
They nailed it. It almost looks as good as the original 240.
Yeah, it does. I agree. I mean, proportions are excellent. Retro, modern, done very well. Not a ton of crazy plastic, and where it's done on the bottom, it actually looks good. Love it.
Obviously, that exhaust, or that Borla, is pretty much going to tell you what this is, and that is, this is the first commercially available exhaust for this, or the first just aftermarket exhaust at all.
Yep, exactly. First aftermarket exhaust for the Z in the world so far.
Gotcha. So
the first of 10,000. It is guaranteed to be about 10,000 versions of it. And Aaron, to answer your question, it is just called the Nissan Z. It is not the 400Z. They have named it Z, and then the concept was called Z Proto, and I think there's a run of like 100 that they're calling like Z Proto with yellowy kind of launch color that they've had on the concept. But other than that, it's called Nissan Z. That's it.
Pretty much. And this is Borla's first exhaust for it. So
I can't hear it.
Chat, you can hear that, right?
I already listened to it. I don't really need to hear.
That's part one of it. And, I mean, that's very, very VQ vibes. Done correctly, I might add. Sounds better than the E-Charger. Thank you, Captain Doug France, obvious. And then here's part two.
This is
also this angle makes it look like it's a wide body factory.
This is for you, David.
It's wide back there.
Look at this. My dear brother, Jos Adorgan, this is for you too, my friend, and Roberto.
Just the thing is a wicked echo.
That exhaust, that sounds awesome. I love the sound of it. You get the right amount of turbo noise. You get the right amount of engine noise. It sounds like a quality product. There's zero rasp. It sounds like the best parts of the VQ and none of the bad parts of the VQ.
Yeah, exactly. And I think someone said in the article I read, it does sound like a little bit of a baby GTR in a way. Especially on startup, a couple of the revs, it really does. I'm a fan. After the VQ, I was very hesitant to be like, okay, I'm all in on the Z. Because I like the Supra, and these are like the two that are always compared. Supra sounds amazing. It really does. I don't care who you are. Straight six, BMW, BMW straight six. They all sound good. Like it doesn't. There's no bad sounding BMW straight six.
S54.
Modern. No, modern. within the last.
You had me off at the past there.
Years. Within the last 10 years, I'd say. The VQ is a whole other story. They are trombone and farty, and the problem is I didn't know if we were going to have a good sounding Z. However, we do, and I'm convinced that we do now because that sounds fantastic. It really, really does.
So here's the thing with the VQ. It got a bad rap because it got cheap exhausts and you got rasp. There's a lot of things. So there's a lot of things that goes into making a car sound a certain way. Long tube, equal length headers make a car sound a little higher pitched because all the sounds are sort of mixing together and they're all sort of equal. Go figure. A lot of the VQ stuff, like the stock exhaust manifolds, didn't do it any favors. It's like Racing Point. If you Google Sasha GT1 I think it's a 350Z hybrid. That is the best sounding VQ in the history of mankind. I mean, it's a heavily
that thing sounds
built
crazy.
VQ. So like, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Like Honda motors. Oh, they all sound like fart cans. Well, if you put the right exhaust, you put the right resonator, you do the right things to them, they sound okay. I mean, there's certain things there's just no saving. Here, let's just
This is for all my Borla family.
Go.
This is for you, David. Look at this.
Chad? There we go.
My dear brother, Josh Adorjan. This is for you too, my friend, and Roberto.
Oh, it's an automatic. I just realized that.
Yeah, it's an automatic. But I mean, like, yeah.
Here's the thing. Borla makes great stuff. I will eventually be putting Borla exhaust on my Mustang.
Oh, interesting. Didn't know that.
Because I have the MagnaFlow on there, and I just never addressed it because why would... It's already there. It's already there.
Do they make a Borla attack for your car?
I'm not sure. If you remember...
If
you remember way back in the day when we were writers, not content creators, one of our guys, our contributors, he works at Borla now, so we talked about it. I just want something to take a little of the rasp out. I mean, the fact that I don't have any resonators whatsoever will always lead to some rasp, but I just want a little cleaner sound. Little, not a lot, a tiny smidge, just a smidge, quieter. Just because that car draws a lot of attention. Not all of it is welcome. Not that I actually don't really get harassed by cops too much anymore. It's more the dickheads in the modified cars who are like, Mustang must race.
Sure.
So.
And it's not quiet either. And it is your daily. And we're enthusiasts. We like loud cars. I put a downpipe on my car, made it very loud. But I have a baffled exhaust. So I have nice neighbor, keep your kids asleep. Want to cruise on the highway at a normal decibel level mode. You do not. You just have constant barrage on the ears. So I totally get why you want to make it a little bit quieter.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just where I live. When I open the garage door and fire up the Mustang,
yes,
it's an amphitheater. So granted, I am simply just making their day better. Some people disagree. But it's not that I'm making it super quiet. It's just I want to smooth out the tone. That's it.
Right,
and that's what this exhaust does. I'm pointing at a screen that none of you in chat can see, but that's what this this exhaust does really well. And Borla makes really good stuff. Borla exhaust on your Jeep, cool. Steve? Yes. I mean, Borla, they're up there.
I would say do it.
They're way up there as far as exhaust manufacturers and things like that.